we are trying to decode the Indian rap game, the Indian rap scene. Scene kya hai essentially when it comes to rappers that are emerging and coming onto the platform, from protest poetry to beats from the ghettos. What does Indian rap have to offer? How old is it, and is it really all inclusive? From Baba Sehgal introducing Hindi rap in the 90s, his album Thanda Thanda Pani, that sold over 1 lakh copies in just 3.5 months, to Ashok Kumar's recitation of Harindranath Chattopadhyay's poem Rail Gadi, to the very recent Gully Boy. Indian rap is emerging onto the scene like never before. Underground ciphers to different regional and linguistic flavors. Indian rap is as versatile as it is diverse. From rap and hip-hop breaking new ground, protest poetry, Dalit and Ambedkarite rap are beats from the ghettos, to now film songs. Rap in Indian languages is all the rage that there is. But is the genre progressing in the right direction? Is it really inclusive as a platform? What are some challenges this form of expression has faced? And really, what's the road ahead for our very own Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur's, Eazy-E's? Is it really cathartic reform or just a rowdy rage cut? What's so hard about rap? We have the journalist behind this particular story. We also have a music journalist with us on the panel as an expert. But before all of that, take a look at this snippet, a little documentary piece that we did, Bohot Hard, only on the News9 Plus application. You can download it from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. We're going to continue to discuss more about what's really hard about rap. Here's a snippet. Take a look.
टाइम बदला मेरा लाया नया दौर में, एग्जॉस्ट चले गाड़ियों का लाउड सुनो शोर में, टूटी हुई छत से कभी पानी बहा करता था, आज मून रूफ खोल के सिटी में करूँ रोर में। माँ भी मेरी शौक जितने सारे पूरे कर रही है, मेन स्ट्रीम में आया कैसे हिट रोकी चल रही है, कोई पापा से जो पूछे कहते बेटा सोना लिखता है, अब इससे प्राउड ही मैं फील करूँ, ड्योर बहनों पैरों में करोड़ों की मैं डील करूँ, सूखी रोटी खाने वाले कहाँ पहुँच गए कि 5 स्टार में बैठा ऑर्डर में मैगी मील करूँ।
If you actually, decode the meaning of rap, which is rhythm and poetry, rhythm and poetry has been existing in our culture for like so many years. It was just not called rap before. I believe a lot of kingdoms, a lot of Maharajas used to have this thing called Hasya Kavi Sammelan, which is like, or even the form of Qawwali. A group of musicians used to battle it out with other musicians, and they used to do their own lyrics. I mean, like own freestyle lyrics at the same point of time. So at that point of time, it is a form of rap battle. So I think rap does not have one particular origin. It has multiple origins in different cultures and different forms.
I think the first form of rap for me was when A.R. Rahman did Petta rap in Tamil music. And for us, just hearing this new kind of rap just blew our minds, because it wasn't something that came from outside. It came from very Indian sounds, because he sampled the sound of a chicken, because there was like, there was that rhythm of life, there was very Tamil nuances to it. The reason it caught up was, one, I said it was very accessible. I didn't need big tools, I didn't need big speakers, I didn't need a sound system. I needed a backing track and a mic. And it was also a great way for me to ascertain my cultural identity.
You gotta move on and fuel on and grow strong. This blame game has gone on for too long. Oh my God, let bygones.
If you notice now, it's such a loud space that I am in. And to get people's attention, I need something louder. And rap was that loud, punch, in your face kind of moment.
Excuses now.
Nazy and Divine, their music first came into the rap movie Gully Boy, and that was a great breakthrough for the whole hip hop scene, and it just paved the way, and the graph straight away went up.
आजा चल मेरे पास्ट में तुझे बचपन दिखाऊं मैं यूं खाना वाना छोड़ के जिए कैसे बताऊं मैं सुखों वाला जीवन मेरा लगे रॉयल बेटा आजा चल तुझे दुखों वाले दिनों से मिलाऊं मैं उठा जहाँ से नहीं था स्कोप कोई भी रैप का बचपन से ही लिखने का और शौक उल्टी कैप का पैशन पैशन फॉलो करे फैशन वैशन वाले नहीं हमको कर ले कैद ऐसे बने ना कोई पाले नहीं
Well, so that's a snippet. You can check it out on our application, News9 Plus application. Download it now for other incisive analysis and cutting-edge documentaries as well. Now, let's really open and expand this discussion. Shantasri with us here in the studio. My first question to you definitely is going to be why you're not wearing the snapback you promised to wear to the studio. And also with us on the broadcast is Bhanuj Kappal, who's a music journalist, consulting editor at The Dead Ant, 15 years of experience in covering independent music, art and protest culture as well. Bhanuj, very warm welcome on the broadcast to you as well. Shanta, let's get the ball rolling here. Why did you think the time right now warrants a story like this? Did you want to tell people more about what and how rap has emerged? And it's not just your simple rags to riches story, it's much more than that as well.
Of course. I mean, this is an evergreen story and it needs to be told in as many times as possible because it is a genre which we have Indianized in our own way, in our own language, because India is a diverse landscape with its own different kinds of languages all across the country, and rap is emerging in these languages. We have our own stories to tell, we have our own narratives to put forth, and if we say that in our own languages, then of course we will be using rap or hip hop for that matter as a soft power for India, like how yoga or any other form is or rather you can say K-pop or K-drama is used by South Korea as a cultural export. So similarly rap also can become that powerful tool as a cultural export for India, and definitely when you speak about rap, it's no more a beat from the ghettos or how we have listened to the gully rap that has been emerging. Rather, I was speaking to the guests that have joined us, Bhanuj, a few days back, and he said that gully rap scene has actually declined, and there are lots of sub-genres of rap that has come about. Lots of experimentation are being done all across the country, and it is also a very powerful medium of protest poetry. I mean, we have seen Kodaikanal Won't, that became a viral song because of the contamination that was taking place of the lakes by the one of the biggest companies in Kodaikanal, and that Sophia Ashraf sung about it. And after that, we have seen CA and RC protest, where singers like Arivu and of course our own EPR Iyer, all of these people capitalized on this movement and wrote music which also resonated with the people, and that became a rap for resistance. Rap as a music had become more relevant, more something which people related to, and now it has like everybody in Indian household has actually got familiarized with this particular word rap. Initially, I've spoken to many rappers in the underground scene of Delhi, in Bombay, of course in Kerala, and they said that it was not an acceptable form. Like people knew, okay, there is classical Indian music, there is Bollywood music, but this was something that was not very known, or something that was not done on a daily basis. But yes, now it has become an acceptable form, and I believe lots of movements like MTV Hustle, Gully Boy, or other kinds of series and shows that have also made rap become very mainstream and entered into Indian household and become very popular. So yes, on more on that, I believe will be enlightened by Bhanuj Kappal, because he is the expert on this. But yes, it was brilliant. It was a great experience doing.
I'm sure
this
you
show.
had fun covering this particular story. Do you often listen to rap as well?
Of course. I mean, my personal inspiration has always been Eminem, and after that, more recently, is Travis Scott. But after all these people, when we listen to rappers from India, Divine and Nazy, I mean, they have paved the way. And
Yeah.
more recent, I believe MC Stan, who won Big Boss. I mean, I was not aware of this person, but once he came to Big Boss, I started listening to his music and started relating more. So it's all about your angst. It's all about the feeling that you're from, that's emerging from inside, and you want to talk about the issues of the country. It's something which, it's happening all around you, but nobody is penning it down, and that's why a rapper comes from your community and pens it down in your own language, because India has so many languages, and immediately people click with it. So that's how I believe it's becoming more popular, and people are relating to it more. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Bhanuj, Kappal, I'm going to take this question to you next. How do I, how does one summarize Indian rap? Shanta here is talking about the subgenres. You'll probably throw some more light on it as well. These subgenres, if I were to tell, a newcomer into the scene, if I were to explain to that person what rap is, I mean, for me, of course, it is that 8 Mile movie as well, not Gully Boy as much, and how Eminem, pushed me through 10th grade in school. But apart from the rags to riches, protest poetry, it being, coming up as a platform, how would you summarize Indian rap?
Indian rap, I think like rap in the US and rap in general, really comes down to a way of telling authentic stories. So you're talking about like it, especially coming from marginalized groups, but also coming from other people who have stories to tell that are not covered by the mainstream, that you don't see reflected in, say, a Yash Raj film or generally on TV news. It's people telling their stories, their lived experiences authentically, and it's all about getting that out without, the trappings of having a band or electronica, like all the money that is required to be a successful artist in other fields. It really paring it down to essentially your skill with words, your skill with your voice and a mic. And it's really like it's like as someone else had said, it's rap is to music what football is to sport. You don't need anything except for the ball to start playing a game of football, and you don't need anything except for your voice to start rapping. And that expression of reality is what Indian rap is all about.
Well, absolutely. That's a great analogy, you comparing it with football. But take a look at what's happening now. Don't you need money to really jump onto the scene as well? You can have your small groups, you can have ciphers inside your rooms, chill sessions behind the mic. But to really jump onto the scene, wouldn't you need the right contacts, you be hanging out with the right kind of people, you visiting those underground ciphers? I mean, it's a cutthroat competition in industry now.
There's always going to be competition. And yes, I mean, if you want to be an entertainment star in any field, in any genre, there's going to be some sacrifices, a certain amount of effort that goes into it. But rap is very welcoming of people without that sort of financial or social background. The whole thing of a cypher, it's such a social event, right? A cypher is a way of introducing yourself to other people in the scene and learning about them. But it's also a social thing. Once you're part of a cypher, you're part of a community, and then that community helps. So most of the stars today did not come from backgrounds of privilege, did not come from backgrounds that they had a lot of money to invest in music. But because of the community and because of the dedication, they were able to get to a point where, once you build an audience of a certain size, labels will come in. The sort of support infrastructure does exist. You just need to get to a certain level, and that with rap is actually fairly easy to do. It's not as prohibitively expensive as some other genres. You don't need a professional studio. You can record songs that become massive hits. You can record them in your bedroom, and songs that have become massive hits have been recorded in people's bedrooms. So in that sense, yeah, I think it is a little easier, in fact, a lot easier than a lot of other genres to break into. Also because socially, it's not the same old people who control that scene. It's the old established music industry till recently didn't know what to do with rap.